Good morning and welcome to YAP.
Use a soundbar, right? We
Yeah,
gotta do our
we don't
own.
have the soundboard with this room.
That's all
I
good.
should just move it here.
I mean, that was my favorite part, but
Yeah.
we can fill in that gap
Yeah.
with
For the last 3 days I've been doing.
really.
Yeah, I've been nailing it down. So
You
whenever
get
you
it-
say some bars,
I mean, you're probably better than you were, but you could still use a little work.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, today we're joined by Connor Ritchie, the leader of FPL, the man who wants to hit arms before every YAP filming. Connor Ritchie.
It's very hard to celebrate FPL success when my team,
Yeah.
Manchester United,
Yeah.
is playing like
In the mud.
shit.
In the
But
mud.
there's some signs there. We've missed the most big chances I saw this morning out of any team in the Premier League, which
Yeah.
is a consolation. At least they're being created.
Yeah. Did you see the Garnacho thing?
What was that? Oh, his miss.
No, somebody made a compilation of his highlights of the season, this season, and it's just like 3 minutes of straight doo-doo,
Yeah.
right?
Did he have
And
the
then-
Puskas last year?
and then what's it called?
He's a good player.
The video got some traction, right? Garnacho himself replied to the tweet. He was like, "It's only 2 games of the season. Calm down. Like, why are you collecting clips? Just like have a life." Da da da. And then the guy that made the video responded to him and ratioed him so quick. He was like, "Just work on your first touch, mate." He's fucking. So Garnacho had to
This is
delete
why
the
they
tweets.
need to not respond.
Yeah.
I did like Casemiro has been getting so much shit for his 45-minute performance.
His wife is involved now.
On the weekend, yeah, and that's what I was going to say. His
Yeah.
wife just put up a story of his trophy cabinet,
Trophy room.
which is better than pretty much any team in England. Like, doesn't Casemiro have more CL? Oh, maybe not, but he has more Champions
4 or
Leagues than
5.
almost every team.
Yeah. Yeah, combined. I think.
Dude's trophy cabinet is
it's different.
crazy.
But he has to go China or Saudi. I think at this point, he's not leave the football before it leaves you. The football's
Yeah.
left him.
He needs
Jamie
to
Carragher.
go play with Ronaldo.
Yeah. Salam alaikum. Go Saudi, brother.
Hey,
It's over.
he's like, we keep getting these players like the end of their careers that I just wish we had them.
Yeah.
Like Casemiro, Schweinsteiger.
Yeah, I'm so upset about Tony going to the Saudi league.
Who?
Ivan Tony.
Oh, is he going Saudi?
He went to Saudi. It's done. Confirmed.
What's like,
So
what are the
sad.
gambling odds like over there?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's banned there. I don't know. Should be. Last time I checked. I don't know. Anyways.
I'm surprised he's going there.
Yeah. No, but there's this funny video of him like being like at a reception of the club and stuff, and you can, like all the comments are like you can see the regret in his face that this is not worth doubling my wage. Blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah. But
Anyway, let's give the people what
400K
they come here for.
yeah, your attention, please. Subscribe now. Best newsletter ever. It
agreed.
is even better now because I actually wrote an article, and I'll start with the one I wrote.
It's a great article.
Thank you. Stop it. It took me 3 days, not 3 weeks. 3 days. I did it. I shamelessly did it over the weekend, but it's okay. We're here now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You're doing it to practice. Are you trying to better yourself?
Yeah, I wanna get better at writing.
It's not your job. It's not necessarily your job.
No.
It's just
I don't have to
getting
do it.
stuck in.
Yeah. Growth, right?
Yeah.
I wrote about MSCHF, and so MSCHF is a company that's really hard to describe. They're basically like an art collective based out of Brooklyn, New York, and they pretty much make cool shit. Like that's kind of what their motto is. That's the unofficial motto that I just came up with 2 seconds ago, and I break down like 5 reasons why they've been viral every single time. They've been popping around since I want to say 2021. Their first ever drop was called the Jesus Shoe, and they had holy water from the Jordanian River or the Red Sea. I don't know which river it was, but some river infused into some Air Max 97s,
That's actually crazy.
and so like you could walk on water kind of thing.
Yeah.
And obviously, that was their first drop ever, and then ever since then, for every 2 weeks they drop a random thing.
I do like that consistency.
Yeah, because it makes them feel like less precious about what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like obviously stuff is gonna take more than 2 weeks to work on, but it comes to a point where they just have to drop something.
Yeah. They obviously appreciate the fact that things are going to work
Yeah.
in different ways, like test and learn. Kind of like how Taz approaches things. Like you just got to get shit out.
Yeah.
I think it's a really critical thing for marketers and brands to think about is oftentimes you can spend a lot of time worrying about like the minutai of minutai. I don't even know how to pronounce that word.
I don't know what that word means.
The last 10, 20%, which could take you days and days and weeks to figure out. Whereas if you just get the work out there, you get a lot more opportunities to learn, and ultimately you put more out there.
Yeah, and obviously
they're not scared. That's what I really like.
at all.
Yeah.
And they're pretty bold with it, and they're pretty like humorous with it.
Yeah.
So like, especially like, I don't know, like you have never heard of them, have you?
Well, I'd seen their stuff.
Yeah.
I'd seen multiple of their projects because we were looking at it yesterday. I'd
Yeah.
seen multiple of their things, but I didn't know about MSCHF.
Yeah.
But like, MSCHF, the brand, isn't for me.
No.
But there's a tribe like hype beasts like you, who will follow them religiously.
Yeah.
But then the general public, like we're gonna like people like me will probably see bits and bobs of this stuff as influencers culture. Maybe like a celebrity that I like will pick it up, and I think that the reason why it works so well is they've got that perfect combination of scarcity. It's coming in 2 weeks, and when stuff's gone, it's gone. Boldness, and really like not being afraid to cause controversy.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd say that's boldness. The third thing would therefore be like humor.
Yeah.
So it's like funny. They're scary, like a little scary as well. You're like, oh, this is a bit edgy, like the cow thing.
Yeah, that's
And I was like, it happens every day, but talking about it in that way is not something that brands do.
Yeah, let's actually break that down. I think that's one of their. This is their latest drop, and I think it's one of the most interesting drops they've ever done. So they purchased a cow, and the cow.
What's the cow's name?
Angus.
Angus.
Fittingly, and
Of course it is.
the cow is to be
I remember her name.
killed in like 2 years from whenever they bought it. That's like when it's at its peak condition to be slaughtered, and people are buying like I guess shares of the cow right now, and up until they reach a certain amount of shares, they have like another 500. They have 500 days from today.
Crowdfunding the cow.
Yeah, pretty much, and they have 500 days to. Well, no, actually, no. Sorry, they're selling the products of the cow. So they're selling like 3 packs of burgers. They're selling leather handbags, etc., and so that's sold out now. And they're trying to reach 50% of the people that bought it to cancel the order. They don't get a refund. It's just like a moral thing. And if 50% or more people cancel their order, the cow lives on.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, it's
It's so interesting. Like it makes you think. Like, I mean, there's just a lot there to unpack. I think like a lot of this stuff is so heavily like just leaning into the capitalism side of everything
like,
and leaning into the
consumerism,
cultural critique. But like they're not necessarily like critiquing any of it. They're like embracing it.
No,
Which I think is interesting. But it means they get to do some really cool shit. And I think that would be a fun place to work.
Yeah, it was like one of my dream companies when I graduated high school.
Really?
From high school, I was like, if it's one place I want to be at, it's that. Like they just do so much bullshit that it's like, how can you not? I think just one thing about the humor thing is that I saw an interview about them, and they were saying how like humor is like disarming because they do like so much absurd shit that it's like the humor is the thing that disarms the absurdity of it.
Yeah.
And it makes people share it.
It makes it really shareable. Yeah.
Yeah. It makes people easily share the thing.
And that's the critical thing. And like the thing is like they obviously have their core group of followers who are going to look at everything that they do. But every time they launch one of these things, it is like a new brand. And the pace with which those new brands grow is crazy. Just goes to show like how much impact you can have when you're actually like really distinct and unique in the market. Because like most of these, I guess, niches or categories where they're operating in, whether it be like shoes, like fashion, for example, it's like there's so much shit out there when it comes to fashion, but they're doing something that's crazy that makes you go, oh wow, share.
Yeah.
Someone look at this. I like we were looking yesterday at the
website.
What were the flip flops? They're like slides. They're like inverted slides.
They're like 2 slides in one.
They're like flop flops or something.
Yeah.
Well, those were sick though.
Yeah.
I like those. But like anything like that, the creativity and the ideas. I don't know what they're smoking at MSCHF headquarters, but
New York Zaza must be crazy.
it's working. The creativity is out the gate. Like from any angle, it's really interesting. I probably will actually. Now that I know that that's what they do, I probably will follow them and keep an eye on it because I think there's things to learn. Like even the crowdfunding the cow thing. Like, what else could you do there? Like, it doesn't have to be that crazy, but not that crowdfunding is anything unique.
I think also like obviously
Stakes.
it goes that stakes are high.
There are stakes, and there might be stakes.
Yeah, maybe. No, I think also like the other thing is that they have amazing strategic collaborations. Like they pick their collaborations so carefully, like, and they pick the celebrity at a time where like they're like almost at an all-time high. So like Lil Nas X in 2022 when he was like
when they're
the
growing.
biggest star in the world. Yeah.
Was it when they're growing that they usually do it, or when they're peak?
Like right before they're
because that's the best time to collaborate with any influencer or celebrity is like when they're rising, right? Because the return on that is crazy.
Yeah.
Earlier you get, the better, I guess, in terms of return. But
and then the last thing they do that's really interesting is that they've never once to this day for over like 3-4 years of dropping projects, they've never once did like an apology or addressed anything.
Yeah.
It was always like even
have they had one that really blew up in their face?
The Satan shoes.
Really?
Yeah, so they had a collaboration with Lil Nas X, and instead of the Jesus shoes, they put real human blood in Air Max 97s.
I actually do remember hearing about that.
Yeah, and people were like, nah, that's what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. And but the rage just fuels the like,
especially when it's like a
religious group. That would have been one of the ones I saw, and the only reason I saw it is because of the outrage.
Yeah. And that's kind of how they blew up in the most part. Like they're almost banking on the fact that people are like sharing this either from anger, fear, from a comedic standpoint. But yeah, when that shoe dropped, everybody was losing their mind. Everybody was losing their mind. Because also Nike was also getting a lot of heat because they were Nike Air Max 97s, but they were not an actual collab with.
They weren't collab.
Nike.
Yeah, they're just.
So Nike
had
just
to fucking them up.
Nike was almost forced to
distance themselves.
And
wait, Nike sued them.
Nike sued them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and they even did the shoes that looks like Vans. They're called Wavy Babies.
I saw those, yeah.
And Vans had to sue them, and they reached a settlement. And yeah, it just goes to show like, don't address anything honestly. Like if you're them,
I don't know if that's the outtake. Oh yeah, if you're them, yeah. Or like, if that's your thing is create controversy, ride the wave, then of course, like the second they go and apologize, some of their core fans will be like, nah, they're sold out. Like fuck it. Like when J. Cole, this is terrible. Like when J. Cole like distanced himself from the beef, a lot of his fans were like, dude, that's so embarrassing.
Yeah, and the really interesting thing with that is that they're almost like a faceless company. Like sure, the people that work there are anonymous.
That helps, yeah.
But there's no like one figurehead that that guy is MSCHF. So there's no like dogpiling on that person, adding pressure to like, address this. What's your thoughts on this? Da, da, da.
We should do some of the stuff.
Yeah,
we should cover something. Maybe not too crazy, but
MSCHF.
We need a developer though.
Send me some big red boots.
We can build landing pages, but you need like some of those websites crazy.
The website is nice.
Yeah, the development is cool. Like even from a tech perspective.
Yeah.
Some of the themes and like nostalgia, like the Y2K style websites and the buttons, like it's fun to play with. Even if the main site is just a hurt. I don't know if it's like doing it on the work laptop, but like that thing was hard to use. I need to pull up
too much RAM for the work laptop.
Yeah, dude. There's like a 1 terabyte Chrome tab, and it's all JPEGs. It's not actually like high res imagery. No. It's just shit floating around. And
Chrome
spinning.
Not responding.
The CSS style sheet must be insane.
Yeah, MSCHF.
Send me some big red boots.
Yeah. Send me some big red boots, please. I would do them. All right, moving on. The cocktail that made the U.S. Open $10 million.
I love this thing.
Tell me about it.
So what was it called? Honey Deuce.
Honey Deuce.
So yeah, like the initial inspiration for it was like the chef or whatever you call the person who comes with the cocktails.
Yep.
I'm sure there's a name for that.
Yep.
Was scooping honeydew, the melon.
Yep.
And realized it looked like tennis balls.
Yep.
And so when you take something that simple and imbue it with the experience of the event and everyone trying what's obviously probably a nice drink, so there's like Grey Goose in there. It made me thirsty reading about this one.
Yeah.
It creates this like ritual and shared experience and like the aha moment of seeing that. Yeah. It gives the people that are there something to talk about and something to experience. And like people be going just to try the drink, just to talk about the drink and share the drink, show off that they've had it, and they might not even care about the tennis.
No, it's nothing new. I think follows, weirdly enough, it follows the blueprint of like Starbucks' pink drink when that shit was going crazy.
Yeah.
There was that. I think the other thing is that the reason they made the reason they made $10 million is because the drink is costing $23.
Yeah.
That's US dollars. It's not cheap whatsoever. That's like what, 40 New Zealand?
A lot of money.
Yeah. And so I guess that's also part of it, that like you go to this like fancy event. The US Open is like I don't know, I guess. Is it perceived as a like classier event?
Yeah,
Tennis?
it's tennis. Yeah. Not like out there, but like celebrities going there. It's pretty flash.
And so the drink almost like complements that look or that aesthetic of like, oh, of course I'm gonna have a $23.
God knows how much you're spending on the ticket to be there. Of course you're gonna buy the drink. Like
what's
why wouldn't you buy
cocktail?
the drink? Yeah, like you just But you gotta experience it. Like if I was going, I'd try it. Like as much as it's hard to swallow a $40 drink, NZ, that's part of it. As conspicuous as it seems, why not? Like it's something fun to do.
Yeah, last year alone they sold 450,000 drinks.
Yeah, I think that like it's such a like the US Open's US Open. It's a massive event. The marketing budget is crazy. So like they could sit smart people in a room and think about the shit all day, but it just goes to show when you think about the outsized impact of something this simple at its core. It's just a drink. Yeah. Brands need to think more about their customer experience, because most small and growing brands, or even like decently sized brands that are in kind of more boring categories than sports and events, so to speak, they're not necessarily thinking about all the little things that happen throughout the customer experience that can create way more brand equity. So like if there's a little thing, it doesn't have to be crazy, but like creates a bit of a story. Maybe it's something you slip in all of your boxes when you ship things to customers. If you can imbue that into your brand story, maybe it's about what happens when a customer visits your store, what happens when customers interact with your team. Like if you can make that fun, or something else that makes them remember something and think about something, it just like people don't necessarily plan customer experience as much as they should. It's such an afterthought nowadays.
And especially with this drink, it's such a win because one, the shareability would have been crazy. Like you just know it would have been like the micro niche celebrity posting a photo of like holding the drink with the field showing.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's such a win because it's not a sponsor, it's like their own product, and it made them $10 million.
Yeah.
And that could cover like the prize money for a lot of the winners of the
for sure.
And it's almost like it could help it turn into a self-sufficient thing where like they need less and less sponsors.
For sure. And like people thinking about like ROI nowadays, like because I think digital advertising has been a big part of it. Yeah. Actually like planning that CX, the experience, has created way more brand like reach than it would have if they spent the money. Imagine how much they spent planning that cocktail. Yeah. And then think about the return in eyeballs that they got. Yeah. Obviously, this is like a very successful example, and that's how we're talking about it. Yeah. But it just goes to show, and let alone the emotional impact of like the people that went and experienced it, unless they felt like they got ripped off, which some probably did.
I mean, I'm almost thinking that like this idea or this. I guess this idea could be implemented even like with the dating void. Mm-hmm. Like we don't have to. I guess for now we do, but like we could rely less and less on sponsors if we like. Let's say we come up with our own drink and it's like a super bright red drink and suddenly.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
If we make something and it's cool and shareable, like the whole event is an experience. Like when you go to like cafes in town. When I was at uni, there was this one. Then there's like a bar or cafe called The Shelf on High Street, and like they were doing a deconstructed hot chocolate. So you go there and I think it was a deconstructed hot chocolate, and you got like your milk, your chocolate, and the thing was like make it yourself. Yeah. And like all the people at uni, like the group of friends I had at the time was like mostly females as well, and they're like going crazy for this thing. And I'm like the earned reach from making something like it's just a hot chocolate. Yeah. The drink didn't taste any better than any other hot chocolate. But doing that experience, it's like Kiwi-Yo as well. When Kiwi-Yo, the frozen yogurt first came here, you don't just get your yogurt, you get to make it. And that makes people feel a certain way. You add your own toppings.
It gives you like I guess like a little sense of power or something, like when you're doing it yourself.
You're not buying the product, you're buying the experience and the emotion at the end of the day. And
Yeah,
That's the big takeaway, I think.
for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
I want a honey juice.
Talk to me.
What's the time?
Yeah. There we go.
We should try and make one here. It won't be hard.
No, I really think we should make like a super bright red drink for the dating void. I think that's a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something shareable.
Yeah.
Maybe literally shareable.
Yeah.
2 straws.
Come on.
Here we go.
And that's the only way it's sold. That's the only way you can drink it. The straws are they're only like the 2-in-1 straw kind of thing. I don't know. We're cooking. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the YAP podcast.
And also got the health implications.
Yeah. Connor Ritchie, tell the people where they can find you. If you want to plug anything, we can plug stuff now, bro.
Plug in stuff?
Yeah, bro.
Hit me up on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Slide in.
Type shit.
Don't hit me up anywhere else.
Yeah.
Hit me up on LinkedIn though.
Yeah. Hit me up on Instagram though, if you're bad. Anyways, see you tomorrow. Peace.